Hi everyone, welcome to the next Paper Flourish craft video. We've got a bit of a mixed media video happening today. A few new products that have arrived this week in at the shop and at Paper Flourish, so I decided to bring them in and have a play with them today and make a journal page with you. And I think we've got a visitor. Come in and say hello. Can you hear him? Do you want to come up? Here he is. You say hello everyone. Hello. So Murphy's around. He quite likes when I make journal pages. He especially likes to help himself to my water pot, so I try and stop him because it's probably not the best when it's got paint and bits and pieces in it. Here he is. Have a look, Murphy. Do you know what this is? This is the new Stamperia Stone Paper Mixed Media Journal. So this is one of my new products. Oops, here he goes. He's trying to go into my water pot. Come on. Back over here and have a look at the journal, Murph. It's very cute. I've got the A5 size here. It's also come in the A6, which is smaller. The cutest little journal you've ever seen. But I thought I'd have a play with this one today. This stone paper journal, the pages are so strong. They are so good for mixed media work. The stone paper, you can cut it. You can do mixed media on it. You can die cut it even, this one. The thing about this paper is it won't tear. So if I die cut something out of this page, there is no way it's going to tear through and come away. It's amazing paper. I haven't done a journal page on it as yet, so I thought today's the day. At the moment, my water pot is plain water because I haven't done anything yet. And I know you can't see it, but Murphy's having a lovely drink from it. Would you like to stop that? It's not very nice, no, when you've got a beautiful clean water bowl downstairs. But anyway, he's sitting here and he might make an appearance in a minute as we go along. So let's get a start. I've put just some removable tape on this side. I'm going to do my page over here and that'll just help to protect the other page. If it gets a bit of paint on it, it doesn't matter. It all adds to it, doesn't it? So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is a new product we've got in store, the Stamperia Primer. It's like a really good gesso. Even like a heavy gesso. I'm going to use it to seal the paper here because I've found this is a fantastic product to seal any surface at all. So I'm just going to grab a bit of that. I also found it dries really quick, which is handy. So I'm just going to seal this paper. I might just pop a piece of photocopy paper under this one. But see how thick that page is. Such great paper. All right. We're going to go with a bit of a grungy SeaWorld theme today. I'm using some of the stamps from the SeaWorld collection from Stamperia. And if you've ever seen those papers, they are really grungy. They're fantastic. All right, so I'm just sealing that, giving a nice layer to it. Murphy's watching closely here. Got that? What do you think of that, Murph? Okay. Put the top on that. Now I'm just going to give that a dry. As I said, it does dry pretty quickly. Oh, there goes Murphy. Didn't quite like the heat tool, I don't think. Murphy, come back. Probably should have warned Murphy that I was about to bring in the heat tool. Probably not his favourite thing. Cats don't like to like things with noise too much, do they? All right. A quick dry off, and this gives a fantastic surface. Not for all your products to stick to. Nice seal for your page. It is a brilliant thing if you're doing any of your resin ornaments, things like that as well, putting that base on those, the seal on those. That primer product is fantastic. See, it's dry already. Didn't take long at all. Okay, now I've decided to go with a Dina Ocean paint today. I thought that kind of fitted into the theme, so I'm actually going to paint the whole page in this lovely colour. And let's get that happening. Where are you off to now, Murphy? He's around. Okay. I think he's gone out in the passage. He wants to get away from the heat tool. Here we go. So he's not going to drink from the water pot anymore because now it's got primer in it. Probably not the best thing for a cat to be drinking. Okay. Pretty colour, isn't it? I'm just doing nice strokes up and down. I just want a bit of a sort of sea background feel to this one. Try a little bit more down here. And of course, we know with acrylic paint, once it's dry, it is permanent. So there we go. And these Dina paints are lovely. They come in a beautiful range of colours. All right, I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to dry that with my heat tool. Murphy's run for cover now. Go, not that heat tool again, Mum. All right. I'm working on the Lavinia mat today again. I have found this mat incredible, not only for doing your stamping and things, but also for your mixed media work. Everything wipes off this. I used this on the weekend in workshops at the shop. We had Andonis from Stamperia in. Amazing workshops, but I used this the whole day and it completely wiped clean at the end of the day. So really good mat to work on. Now again, these paints do not take long at all to dry, so that's almost dry now. Just a little bit there and a little bit there. Now we are going to add a bit of stenciling with a spray shortly. Before I do that, I think I'm going to get some stamping happening on this. Okay, so we've got our beautiful blue page. All right, so I'm going to use stamps today from Stamperia. First one I'm going to use just to add some nice background stamping is this one here. Look at this, all the gears and cogs and bits and pieces on that. This is from the Sir Vagabond Aviator collection. This one, so it's a really big stamp, it's huge, look at it. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want to do the whole stamp on the background, I just want to do parts of it. So I'm just going to ink up something that looks pretty interesting here. And I'm using black Archival ink. As we know, this is a permanent waterproof ink. Once it's on, it won't budge. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll, sort of bend it. Let's see what's going on there. There we go. And I'm just going to roll it and pick up different areas of this beautiful stamp, just in places on the background. It's got a fair bit of ink on that, so I'm just going to use most of it up. Great pattern, isn't it? Do a bit off the edge there. These stamps are fantastic for mixed media. Of course, you can use it as the whole stamp, or you can just sections of it like I've just done. Ooh, baby, just a little bit up there. That'll do. Okay. So I'll pop that to the side. Now they dry pretty quick. I'm just going to give it a quick rush along with the heat tool. And I said that dries permanent. That will not move from there. Just to add a little bit of interest into the background. Now recently Lavinia, in their recent release of stencils, they brought out a couple of stencils that as soon as I saw them I thought they are such great mixed media stencils. So I'm going to use one of them today, and it's this one here. And this one is called Block Print. Great big stencil, so it covers a lot of area. I'm going to go get my splatter box. Has everyone got a splatter box? Fantastic to control your sprays so they do not go everywhere. I'm going to pop my journal in there, place the stencil on top. Now the spray I'm going to use is the Lavinia acrylic spray. Lavinia recently again released 12 colours, great colours, nice and bright, of acrylic sprays. The one I'm using today, I can't pronounce that, Chartreuse I think it is, but it's this fantastic bright lime green colour. And again, these sprays, once they are dry, they are permanent. So for your journals, for your mixed media, they work so well. All I'm going to do with this is give it a couple of sprays, just get a bit of stenciling on the background, take it away. Have a look at that. Can you see the pattern that's done? That beautiful, beautiful green colour. And again, we're just going to dry that. Easy. I thought just introduce a bit of murky green into our SeaWorld page. I've even managed to get a bit onto this page. That's all right. That'll start that one off. And these don't take too long to dry. There we are. Starting to dry out now, and it's just left that fantastic lime green pattern on the background. I think that's my favourite colour they brought out. They're all great. They even brought out a white acrylic spray. So 12 colours. We do sell them individually at the shop and online, Paper Flourish, but we also sell them in a pack of 12 too, so you can have every single colour. Okay, so we've got our nice background happening here. From here, I want to think about what I want to put on my background. Now, at the moment, my colours are quite bright and vibrant, which is good. Happy with that. So there's another stamp I'm going to use. I'll just pop that page to the side for the moment. The stamp I'm going to use, this is again another Stamperia one, and this is from their SeaWorld collection. And I want this Seahorse. I think he's fantastic. He, she, I don't know which one, but it's just a great Seahorse. So I'm going to get a piece of just plain white cardstock. Here's the Seahorse stamp. It's quite big. Get a great size, so it fits on there. I am going to stamp it with the black ink. Now, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to ink up the card first with that lime green spray. So bringing in that spray, I'm just going to cover the card with the lime green. You can remove some of the excess easily just with a paper towel. And I like this because it gives a bit of a splotchy background, gives a bit of look of texture on there. Let's give that a quick dry. And just popping it in, I'll bring it out now. You can see what's going on. Look at that fantastic colour. How good is that? Quick to dry. And then we're going to stamp the Seahorse onto the background with the black Archival ink. All right, dry already. So I'm going to ink up the Seahorse. It's like a mechanical Seahorse, isn't it? And we're going to pop that down, and I'm going to press it onto the card. Already managed to get black Archival ink all over my fingers. Goes nicely with the nail polish. Not really, but okay, take that away, and there's our Seahorse. Doesn't it look nice on the green? Okay, now I want to add a bit more colour to this Seahorse. So again, we can still play with this. That Archival ink will dry permanent, so it will not run. So I can add other things on top of this without a problem. And I'm just going to give it a bit of a zap with the dryer just to speed along. It would dry on its own pretty quickly, but that'll just speed it along. Now, one of the other sprays we have, and I'm popping it back in here, back in the splatter box, because I am going to be using the sprays. The other spray, which I use a lot in mixed media, is your gloss spray. Why? Again, this dries permanent. So this and your Lavinia sprays dry permanent. Now, we give these a shake because they've got the gloss and the, in this case, look at it. This is the gold one, Ancient. This is one of the really recent ones. So I want to add a bit of gold to the Seahorse. And I'm just going to spray away. A couple of sprays, give a bit of gold to it. I'm also going to add some of the Dina gloss spray in the Turquoise. So bring a little bit of blue in, getting a bit of a sea colour. And now if there was too much on there and I wanted to, I could dab away with it. But see how underneath the stamp hasn't moved. And that's because that is done with the Archival ink. It will not move. All right, so we'll take that out. We'll dry that one off. So now I've got my green in my background, your gold. Okay, now rather than dry the whole thing, what I've done, and so you don't have to sit and watch me cut this out, because the next step is we're just going to fussy cut the Seahorse. So here's one I prepared earlier. So there's our Seahorse ready to go onto our page. So let's bring the page back and work out where we're going to pop the Seahorse. I'm thinking down here. So I'm just going to stick that on with 450 glue. There we go. I think Murphy's decided to stay away, probably something due to that heat tool. I said he doesn't like loud noises, especially the vacuum cleaner. Oh no, speaking of which, he's back. Here he comes. See if he comes and makes an appearance again. He's just come back in the room. Maybe he likes the Seahorse. You never know. So I'm just going to stick that down, give it a moment to dry. And we've got our fantastic looking Seahorse sitting on our page. There we go. Now I am going to use the sentiment shortly as well from this collection. But let's just pop that down. So at the moment, this is looking pretty bright, isn't it? But SeaWorld is a grungy collection. Okay, there's a lot of brown, grungy feel to it. So the way we're going to make this page suddenly take on that grungy look, there's a fantastic product which we were introduced to last weekend from Andonis from Stamperia called a vintage antiquing paste. Okay, so I've decided we're going to give that a try on this background. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit out onto my paper palette here. I don't need too much. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll let you decide what that looks like. Now, the stencil brush. We found at the workshops this stencil brush. Lavinia brought it out recently. The Series 7, it's the middle size stencil brush. This is so good for applying this paste. I will only use this to apply the paste now. You wash it once you finish, you wash it out in white spirits. It's fine, but this will be my brush just for this. So I'm getting some of this fantastic paste onto it. All right, you ready for this? Be brave. I'm just gonna cover this whole page in the paste. Where's my bit of paper? Let's bring that and pop it underneath. Right there, Matthew. He's wandering in the craft room at the moment. I'm not only going to do the background, but I'm also going to do the seahorse. So suddenly my bright journal page has turned into a brown page. Okay. And up and down. So I'm just going to do the whole thing in brown. You've always wanted to create a brown journal page. I'll tell you what, it's a bit scary doing this because you're going, okay, have I just wrecked all that work that I've put into my background? There we are, it's covered. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful page. Let's hope that, I know there's always a still on the YouTube videos. I really hope that's not the one that they choose to use. I've got myself a baby wipe. Don't want to go too wet. The one I've got is actually quite damp, so I might just give it a little bit of a wipe. Scrunch in a paper towel, take out a little bit of the moisture. And I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to wipe away. Have a look at this. Oh, now we got grunge happening, haven't we? And so it wipes away, but it leaves this fantastic grungy aged look to your page. I can still see my lime green coming through here. I can still see the background stamp, but it's given that fantastic aged look to it. Look at that. Is that not a great product or what? Once you're happy with it, and I think I'm happy there. So now you can see the difference. I need a before and after shot, don't I? But suddenly, where's that one that I made? Have a look at the seahorse. This is the one we were making. Look at the colour of the green here compared to here. So you can still see the green, can still see the gold, everything in there, the turquoise. But now it's got that real grungy look to it. I might just give that a quick dry. I was trying to work out what sentiment to use on this, and I think I'm going to use the one, there's this, the stamp has the sentiment, seize the day, which I thought is very nice. I was really tempted, and I may even do it, we'll see. Lavinia recently put out a stamp, don't forget to fly. So I thought, well, that would be quite a good one to put on it, wouldn't it? But I suppose you've got to have a bit of a weird way of thinking for that to work. So I don't think I've ever seen a flying seahorse, but doesn't mean it's not possible. All right, so now we've got this fantastic grungy background. You could put some splatters on here if you wanted to. That'd be probably quite nice in the ancient. You could put a few splatters on there, or the turquoise, even the lime green acrylic spray. You could add some. That'd be quite nice. But what I've decided to do, first thing we might do is to stamp this sentiment. So again, I've just got some white cardstock, Archival ink. It's a bit noisy, isn't it? There we go. And I'm going to stamp that on here. Just on my white cardstock, I think you can see that. Yes. There we are. Isn't that nice? Seize the day. I'm going to roughly fussy cut that out. Just leave a tiny little white border around the edge. Not sure if you can see that. Come back, Murph. Murphy. Murphy. And come up. about it. He's just a bit confused. Come on. Come on. You coming up to see the seahorse? All right, so I've cut that out. Looks very stark on there, but I don't mind. I think I might do those. Just add a little bit of vintage photo archival ink to it. And archival ink, once it's on, it'll stay on. Put that around the edges. And I might just do a little bit over the top too, just to give it that sort of browny look. If I wanted to do this with the antiquing paste, I would do a couple of coats of mixed media glue over the top first, just to seal it off. And then you could actually put that vintage antiquing paste on that too. That would look good. But I'm happy with that. I think that's nice. And I like the way it stands out against the dark background as well. Okay, now another product we got into the shop this week, and I want to give this a try on the on our background. Stamperia, the rub-on transfers, and they brought out one. Doesn't look like there's anything on there, does it? But it's actually white writing. So these are rub-on white writing, and I think that could look quite good on here. Just these little patches of writing. So I've chosen one. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's just a fine little writing. I'm going to get, with these, it's best to take just the section you're going to use out of the transfer, cut it out. Scoring tool, that'll work to rub it on. I don't want it to be perfect. I just want to put some little patches of writing here and there. I'm going to rub that on. Look at that. All right, where else should we put? I think I might put Seize the Day up here. Or will I put it? No, I'm going to end up putting it up there, I think. So we'll work around that. We might put a little bit in here. I said I don't want it to look perfect. I just want little patches. Oh, I like the way that turned out. That's a bit of a fluke. Might put a little bit down here. As we know with mixed media, it's just whatever happens, happens. Nice. I'm enjoying working on this paper, the stone paper. Very, very strong paper to work on. It's really nice in your mixed media journals. Oh, how'd that turn out? Okay, a little bit up the top, a little bit up here. The white looks quite nice against the background here, doesn't it? That's like my workout for the day. Ooh. Do we need any more? I don't want to overdo it. A little bit over here. I like these transfers. They also brought out one with like these black borders, and they were really nice too. Haven't tried that out yet. Oh yeah, that's good. And oh, I've got a little bit left. Maybe a little bit in here. There we go. Do I add any more? I've got a tiny bit left. Where shall I put that? We might pop it maybe. I'll pop it under here, and then the sign can go on. The sentiment can go on top of it. The sign. There we go. And then we'll bring that over just on top, sort of like maybe like that, and a little bit up the top. There we go. There we are. Now you could do lots of different things to this page. You could add more. This stamp has, look at these lovely seaweed and things that you could do. You could cut them out. You could stamp them on. But I'm kind of liking it like this. I like it being all about Mr. Seahorse, I think. So I'm just going to grab my 450 glue and stick this on. But I do like these. Aren't these white transfers fantastic? So I haven't put it on, put the bit of writing on all in one go. You just use little sections of it. That always works really well in your mixed media. There we are. Stick him on. Seize the Day. And there's our mixed media page, our journal page in our beautiful stone paper journal. I'm just going to take that off. I think I'll have to do something green on that side, won't I? So I hope you've enjoyed that. had a chance to see this beautiful journal that's been brought out by Stamperia, and gorgeous stamps. These transfers are pure magic. So I look forward to seeing you. I'll be back again soon with more videos, of course, but I hope you've enjoyed that mixed media video. Give it a go. As you know, I work in the shop at Paper Flourish. If you've got any questions, you always go either pop it on the YouTube there. You can come in and see me at the shop. Have a fantastic day, everyone. I'm glad that Murphy was around today. My last sort of videos, he slept through them, but he looked like he was in for a good craft session today. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and I will be back again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.